fuck's going on?
We're just kids from the Midwest, folks.
Yeah.
Don't expect too much.
You can tell how much good that sheltering did for me. If I was sheltered. But, so after church, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you seem like a pretty cool kid. Do you want to be my friend?" And of course,
Look at the velocity happening in front of you.
Good lord. I come from the, the school of, you don't ask to be friends. You just play with each other until you are friends, It's like an unspoken, hey, we're friends now.
Let's so I kind of putting your fucking boogers on my Legos. Yeah, quit doing
exactly.
That. Get out of here, you
Lego booger.
You booger putter.
Anyway, as a 6-year-old, I said, "Yeah, you can be my friend, but there's a $5 upfront fee first." So he walks away. A couple minutes later, he comes back, and he says, "My mom says if you really want to be my friend, I don't owe you any money."
Drew says he'll be my friend, but it's gonna be $5.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Why do we keep getting run over?
Dude.
Jesus.
You were like a dreidel there for a second.
But no, that's really funny that you did that.
As
I feel
a
bad.
6-year-old.
Yeah, I feel bad for that little kid because he's like, well, I guess I have. That's what he said.
I don't feel bad for him. He's a degenerate now.
Oh, well, yeah.
More so than me.
Because everybody teased him his entire life and told him they wouldn't be his friends unless they gave him $5. All right, let me try online again. I'll toss you into the mix.
Oh yeah.
You'll have
Throw
fun.
me in, coach. I'm ready.
Yeah. I've only put
Dude, I love your racing stripes.
Oh yeah, isn't that sweet? Custom, man.
When I used to work at a grocery store, I had a lady. I was a cashier. I had a lady come up and she had bought like 12 cartons of chicken stock.
Really stocking up, was she?
Oh yeah, I did the. Oh, did you buy our whole stock? As a retail employee, maybe you understand this, maybe you don't.
Yeah, I was in retail.
I tried really hard to have like a set amount of things, like witticisms that I'd throw out, like that were rehearsed, that would get people talking.
Yeah, it's called giving up on your job.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean actually engaging?
Yeah,
like,
just
material.
like actually engaging material to kind of like break down that barrier of what I could say and what I couldn't say.
So you had your own witticisms that you would use at the register to keep people engaged. It was give people good experience.
It was my first week, right? And I was trying to just be me and add a little inject a little bit of my personality into every interaction.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
Not saying they have a bad personality, but sometimes that stuff just doesn't go over.
No, you would be correct. I do have a wretched personality.
Wretched.
Anyway, so this lady comes up to the counter and I'm like, "Oh, did you find everything okay?" Which first and foremost, at like a thrifting type place,
Why are you going back into the apartment? It's one of the doors. I'm sorry. Yay!
Hooray!
Yay. We made it out.
What the fuck are you even looking for in a thrift store? You're looking for whatever tickles your fancy.
Right?
You don't have a specific agenda there.
You don't go in looking for something.
Anyway, I ask her that question, and she's like, "No, yeah, I found everything fine." And I just deadpan look at her, and I'm like, "That's interesting. I never find a reason to live when I work or shop at Plato's." The lady
Did she call the crisis intervention line on you like right away?
My manager thought it was hysterical. There was such a look of concern on her face.
I can't believe a paid employee would say something like that.
So anyway, she left me a Bible tract. No, that was a joke. I started to adopt, man, and I tell them, like, to be honest, it's just as painful for me to ask you as it is for you to be asked. Sometimes I feel like a Jehovah's Witness. Can you imagine what might have happened at some point?
Did you
I happened to say it to Jehovah's
say the wrong
Witness.
thing to the wrong person?
Yeah. The lady straight up was like, "I am a Jehovah's Witness." And I'm like, "Oh,
really? What's that like? Is it like asking people to sign up for a Speedy Rewards card all day?
Is it like having an entire neighborhood turn off all their lights to simulate them not being home?" So about a week later, there's these two girls like standing in line. We were like backed up, at Speedway, and these two girls standing in line. They're wearing dresses. They got blonde hair, blah, 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 whatever. Didn't think too much of it until they got up to the counter, and one of the girls was like, "Hey, we really like your hair." And the other girl was like, "I think you need this." And they leave me a Book of Mormon. And I'm like, did I just get a hit called out on me by the pseudo-cult mafia? Like,
oh my god. Did you just have the impulse to do that, or was that part of your plan?
I did.
It's like that. You can ultimately judge somebody by how they play Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's like, were you trying to be that psychopathic?
I only have random urges to kill people.
Random spurts of violence. You can take that bus. No, you can't.
I tried. I did my best. This is my car now.
Also, I can tell there aren't a lot of people in this lobby because the game is like running semi-smooth. Like if this lobby was like jam-packed, like it would only be running at like 15 frames a second. And like you'd see like cars like shifting position because...
That sounds like a nightmare, especially in this game.
Could you imagine if real life was 15 frames a second and everything just juddered and stuttered around? That would be pretty scary. That's probably what LSD is like. It just drops the frame rate and everything starts shaking.
That'd be pretty impressive. Is that why people like move? Well, no, they don't move fast on LSD, do they? I don't know. I've never been on LSD.
I've just seen everybody kind of wave their arms around like real slow and kind of look around with like a gobsmacked look on their face.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I had Duster forced upon me?
Did I ever tell you about the time I listened to Godsmack?
While Duster,
stay away!
While on Duster.
Keep away! No. Yeah, while on Duster. It was terrible.
He's like, "Hey man, I'm having a game night with some of my work buddies. Is that okay? Do you want to come over?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." Come to find out, these work buddies are absolute degenerates. I don't remember their names, which might be good, considering the fact that like I don't want to put these people on blast.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the day started out relatively tame. We played some card games and whatnot, and there was just like a weird threshold where one of his coworkers just went balls to the wall fucking nuts. Like, he was pounding beers.
Oh no.
He was vaping on his dab pen. And then like
he had a rough day and
he found like unprompted, mind you. He wasn't like pacing himself. It just was like he got to a plateau where he's like, "Nope. This is not as fun as I want it to be."
I'm going to get fucked up and you guys are going to be my entertainment.
He found a can of like computer duster, and so I found a guy.
Oh yeah, don't piss him off. He'll fucking kill you.
It's Shady Llama.
The Juice WRLD. This is
I don't
Sully
know, man.
From Gobsmacked. So this dude is party raping everybody now because he's hammered.
How do I flip myself?
Analog stick. Oh shit. Well, doesn't really matter now.
He is doing all sorts of debauchery.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
he even crushed up some pills at one point and snorted them.
What, like ibuprofen? Like whatever he could fucking find? Like Motrin?
I do not know. I think he had like little tabs of ecstasy too.
Oh god.
Yeah. So anyway, he finds Duster.
No remorse.
Yeah. He's just like in the corner. Like legit Smeagol style in the corner.
Oh, I'm drunk as fuck. I just ate a bunch of pills and hit on my dab pen. You know what's gonna make this even better? Yeah.
And like we're trying our best to ignore him and continue our
Maybe he'll go away.
Well, it turned out ignoring him was the worst possible thing to do.
Yeah, because now he wants more attention.
Yeah. Motherfucker comes up behind me with a duster can, covers my face, sticks the nozzle up like near my nose and just goes and I'm just like
empties the can.
I'm sitting there stunned because I'm like, wait, did that just happen? And no more than like 10 seconds go by and it immediately hits me. For a good 15 minutes I found myself laughing. And in my subconscious mind,
get in the car.
Water torment.
Get in the
I
car.
think he's AFK. Oh, wait. Scott, you can't just pick up strangers off the side of
Fuck
the
you.
road.
No, I was gonna take you for a ride.
Yeah, for a good 15 minutes, I just was like staring off into the distance and laughing. But in my conscious mind, like I had lost all my faculties, like physically. I was just kind of. I was factory rebooting.
Well, yeah, it's because the dude just emptied a whole can of Duster in
while
your face.
laughing hysterically, but in the back of my brain, I was like, I was backseat driving my body, right? So my frontal cortex was like
It's still
making all the
processing
motor
information,
decisions, but motor function decisions. But the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Wow, this really fucking sucks."
Damn.
And I'm like, I was getting pissed off. I'm like, why the fuck did that just happen?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy? We ended up having to call him an Uber because no
Just
one
get
wanted
him
to
the
like
fuck out of there.
no one wanted to like drive him home.
God. So,
Scott, do you have any weird drug stories?
one time I smoked a lot of pot, and I was at a friend's house, and he had like cockatiels, little like fucking little nasty little fucking shitbirds.
Okay.
And like I'm already kind of not cool with like birds as pets, like just because like I never grew up with anybody who had a bird as a pet. So I'm already kind of unsure. That was probably like 17, 18, 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I had only done weed a limited amount of times and still wasn't, sure about it or whatever. So I was like,
God.
yeah, let's get real high on your California purple or whatever the fuck. Well, this guy like just lets his birds like free roam. Like they're not in cages or anything, which I mean, bird really shouldn't be in a cage anyway. So we proceed to ingest the chemicals, and probably about an hour in, I'm starting to realize that these birds are really kind of tripping me out because they're like flying around my head, and the one is like really territorial, so it's like sitting like on the door that's like ajar, so like nobody can leave, and I'm too afraid to get up and leave because I don't want the bird to like fly at me and start pecking at me and shit like that. And so I ended up just kind of sitting in one spot, just not having a good time because these birds are flying around. And something happened where like I started experiencing like tremendous like back pain, but like it wasn't like my back muscles, it was like in my back. And I'm not sure what it was, but for some reason I had convinced myself that my stomach had exploded into my back, and that's what was causing this horrendous back pain. And
over your stomach being exploded.
Yeah,
my back hurts more than my stomach that just ruptured.
Like I said, it was I was experiencing a really intense body high, so I can't really.
Can you electrocute yourself?
I don't know. I don't even think they blow up with explosives.
Anyway, go on.
So I'm experiencing like a really terrible body high, and in a really terrible mind high, and I'm being like sentinel gargoyled by these fucking birds that are flying around. The one that won't let me leave the room because it's fucking territorial and it's perched on the corner of the door. And so I'm thirsty. My back hurts. Like it was like intense pain, like actual like ow, this hurts.
Yeah.
What could be causing this kind of pain? Like tell people, but I was like having a hard time articulating it. Mm-hmm. And I think somebody accused me of like just wanting attention because I was like high. Like, are you the kind of person that when they get high they just want attention? And I'm like, no, fucking put your fucking birds away and like let me walk downstairs and get water, and I need to lay down because my fucking back hurts.
You sound like that guy who just wants to get attention.
You just want attention.
Sorry, Scott. I hate to break it to you.